You won't believe
I don't want to hear it.
has happened. You won't believe it. Welcome back to Shanghai. Welcome back to V5 and DMO. Let's first... Let's go into MVP first. Let's do GALA, who was our MVP of Game 1. Then we'll talk about what's going on.
GALA was putting some work this game.
Yeah.
I think his team fighting was, you know, perfect. I think I liked it. You know,
Yes.
good stuff.
I agree.
Yeah,
Great stuff. I liked it as well. I
Yeah.
think we could all say we liked GALA that game. Good stuff by GALA. We'll have a look because there was a big story with this game, Raz, that I know might fly out the window in a quick hot second.
Look, no, but like this was a pretty good, you know. Look how desperate Victory 5 had to get for a fight. You know, Olaf flash in, just had to completely sacrifice at least, you know, a few members to be able to get that. It was a 1-for-1 trade,
Which
but
I didn't mind in the end.
yeah, for gold. But then they stuck around because they were nearly full HP, especially with Volibear healing back up, still got tower, and this was a pretty clean play coming in from Akali. So, no, got to show that the side lane worked out very well. And then you can see, like, how ineffective the Jaycce and Olaf are going to be in terms of just frontlining when you have a GALA who's now at 3 items. And
Yep.
you even had the Volibear coming in from the flank. Let's see it all. Where are you going? Flip.
That's all we needed to do.
That's all we need to see, really. And they were just getting run around the map. This was a long game and what should have been much shorter. It should have been much cleaner for Dominus, just based off the comp alone. Otto finally died. And actually, it was a second death, but I mean, he played as well as he could in the game that he was given. And then the news. Just give it away.
And then, you know, the context is good there because now Otto gets subbed out after one game for Mole. I mean, what is the point?
What's the point?
He got set up to fail. It
What
doesn't
was
make
the
sense.
haymaker? It's like you're coming into the first round, you're not going to see this, and you slap him. You're like, what? What is even the point?
You literally
I
give him
am-
one round, and then you send him out.
Look, I'm just going to contextualize this by saying that Mole was the best player on the team. So, like, if we're just talking about coming into the series, I expected it to be Mole. You know, that was literally what it should have been to begin with.
It's the match that helps you secure playoffs.
But I was genuinely excited for, like, that haymaker. What was he going to provide for us? What are we going to be having here? And then it was a Lulu mid into the Karma and in a composition that really wasn't going to work.
Yeah.
And then you just, like, you just say, okay, I guess that's all you got, baby.
You were uncomfortable. It didn't work out. We'll see you later. So game 2, we get Mole, and sure, this is, as you mentioned, probably the best version of this team. But
yeah, I should be happy, actually.
No.
Why not?
Because we haven't really given Otto a
Are you
chance.
trying to not make me positive? I thought I was trying to reform to a
Oh,
positive
no,
individual.
I don't care. When
You're
you're
just an
mad,
enabler.
everyone loves
You're-
you when you're mad.
You're an enabler. You know, you're
Yeah.
not supposed to be
I'm mad
enabling,
myself, actually.
No,
Yeah.
but like, to my point is that Mole is a phenomenal player. I think that he was able to showcase a lot of strengths just coming in with his, like, his LeBlanc play is really solid.
Zoe was sick.
Zoe is great. I mean, in general, he really commands a lot of attention coming through from Ben 4 and will be able to give really strong direction to the team. And so this is what we expected coming in.
Yep.
I want to be able to see what adaptations we get from the team. I expect the usual Gragas focus. Are they going to get Gragas? Are they going to finally get Yasuo?
Yeah.
I mean, those are the type of things that you want to be able to see.
I mean, because this is the core composition, the core roster, remember that Mole and Windy play so well together.
Yeah.
The transition between lanes, it's not set out in draft, it is set out in game. And that's when you find out where everything's going and what's actually happening with the composition.
They are an exciting team to watch.
Yes.
They are a very exciting team and very hard to predict. And so they come out in their best days. They take out the best teams, or at least at the time when Invictus Gaming came through.
Yep.
You know, and they come out and they look pretty scatterbrained when they went up against Rogue Warriors is a good team, actually. And so it's very hard to predict what style of team comes through. They look clean in one section. I want to see if this is going to be that type of game because, you know, you can only really expect improvements for a team, especially when they have those aspirations of making it into playoffs. At the final week, in the final split, like, this means so much to both these organizations.
For an organization that finished, you know, outside of playoffs last time around, that lost its core roster, apart from, you know, like Ben 4, Y4, and we're left with almost nothing except a 16th placed expectation from you and I, pretty much.
Yeah, and they went and smashed it. So they, I'm not going to say they should already feel happy because of that, because most competitors come into a split expecting to make playoffs if they play at their best. And the fact that they were playing so confident as a team, I'm not going to call them out just for, you're right, you know? That third game is a possibility that I have to entertain. But, man,
And I said that before, Otto, as well.
You did? Dominus, though, I think is on a roll. And we talk about how disciplined of a squad they are. The fact that they were making mistakes within the mid-game, and then they were the type of team to take a step back, realize that we can just play through natural. Those are clear comms that you need. Yep. You don't even see some of the best teams making those decisions. When you see RNG in their last series, when they make mistakes, they're like, all right, we keep ramming our heads in because we're the better players. Dominus is not that style of team, and I appreciate that.
I'm just glad that Natural has another platform as well here in summer. I thought the player disappeared. I thought he was gone after days in OMG and Spring. Yeah, okay. You know, Natural needs to be told how good of a job he did in game one, because on Akali, that man shreds.
Yes, he did. Especially in side lanes, he did well. In team fights, he especially was able to dominate. I like the Akali and Trundle just because of how much space it actually gives your backline. Because, you know, a lot of the times with the Trundle game, it's very hard to gauge how effective a Trundle is if he's not able to go and face tank in a lot of those fights. And in this game, he couldn't really do that. But the Trundle pillar was actually setting up the GALA fantastically well.
Yep.
As I already mentioned earlier, which the Shroud was actually making it so much easier for him to get on top of the AD carry that was slowed immensely. So, good stuff there. Well coordinated in team fights.
We're taking a closer look here at V5 and taking a closer look at Mole as he enters back into the stage. So now that we have Mole here, now it just feels like this team is rounded out once again. We didn't know what we'd expect here of Otto, of you know, what kind of Otto would get in game one. It was controlled to a sense.
Just don't bring that name back up. It only infuriates me even more.
I feel so empty, Raz.
I feel full of rage. Don't even send this graphic at me. We already got the word. I know
There's
he's
Mole.
gone. Don't pat his back like that. You did Otto like that in the game one. You're trying to rig that man to fail with a Lulu pick versus Karma.
Well, I'm sorry, Raz. I really am, from the bottom of my heart. Maybe if we get to a game 3, you know? You never know. You never know. I'm just surprised.
What are you surprised about?
Just surprised that you don't give people chances anymore, you know? Times have changed.
Times have changed.
Times have changed. And look how far apart they are. That's how alienated I feel coming into game 2. But coming into game 2 all the same, we will, as we go into the lifeline now for V5. They've brought in Mole. They want to take this to a game 3. They want to keep their tournament life alive here in the LPL summer.
You know, the farthest banners are the ones of the new organizations. Newest organizations are on the farthest front. You see the teams in the middle, like RNG, EDG.
The core, right?
Yeah.
Good to know. Good fun fact as we go into game 2. Now, remember, solo laners have been the priority ban here by V5, just like game 1. But they're on blue side this time around. Doesn't seem to be changing the bans.
Yeah, I want to see if the Karma has been, you know, dropped as a priority. Teams have been leaving it to squads that really rely on strong solo lane presence. For instance, would you want a solo lane, you know, like the Shy picking up Karma like he did in the last series? So banning it here because Victory 5 might just pass it up and say, okay, Natural, do you want to play it?
But I like the fact that they banned away the Akali, the strongest pick here, arguably, for the top laner of DMO. V5 pick up one of their own and see Irelia so darn early.
I would like to see a Sejuani locked in alongside the Aatrox. Dominus needs to take the Irelia-Sejuani composition away. I think that's too strong of a duo, so we'll have to see here. What? Okay. Look, I really appreciate, you know, not only the high win rate that Olaf has, how well he does versus Sejuani, but this is not just a one type of champion thing. Like, Olaf may do incredibly well versus the Sejuani, but like the passive stacking that she actually provides to the enemy mid laner or whoever they open up on is just incredibly strong. And globally, teams respect that as a primary pick that you should go for.
Being the Irelia that just pairs so well, so instead,
just lock in the Sedge.
We got the Xayah, and you're right. Ben 4 played it so many times before, and even with this Gragas available, this is a no-brainer.
Yeah, give me a Sedge. I'd also like an Aatrox. And then we go in the second phase. We need an AP, so Kaiser, Ezreal. I mean, that's just one of the that's how kind of linear these comps have really gone towards. But
it's better than game 1. That's an easy comp for V5.
It certainly is. Oh, Graggy.
Okay.
We talking about playmaking now. We're not talking about that last game where you just hope that you're an Olaf that runs in, maybe flashes in, slows them down with a Q.
Yep. You got playmaking. Jaycce alongside with it as well. So solo lanes fleshed out here for V5 as DMO doing the same.
The Gragas does help out the AD carry a little bit. Y4 no longer has to go towards an AP option like an Ezreal or Xayah.
That's true.
So that's a pretty nice adaptation that they were able to have. I think Ben 4 is a really good Gragas player, so that works out well for him.
We got the Aatrox, so you're asking for this a little bit earlier. We get it for DMO. But as to what lane? Well, most likely towards natural, as he's played it many times before.
Yeah, we'll see what we end up getting here. I mean, Olaf is a pretty good early pick. I think the bruisers that they have in the top set of the map can really dictate pressure on in the 2v2. So a little bit concerned for Ben 4 if he gets, walking into a bush unwarded into an Olaf. One of the fastest clears in the game. That's something you don't want to have happen ever.
That's true. Okay, so we're going into pick bans to the bottom lane. Now, when you get the AD carry and support as your final lock-in, it gets a little bit bloody. The Lucian taken away from Y4, the Rakan as well to pair up with GALA.
I wonder how much they respect the Ezreal pick here. Now, Ezreal has been an incredibly strong pick, works really well in terms of just really recognizing what comp you're rolling with and saying, okay, there's a lot of magic resist coming in the enemy team. I can just go through an AD build or just the opposite too. Or he has great poke that right now the Jaycce and Gragas can kind of throw at you. And Y4 is a really good Ezreal player, so he's going to accept the Sivir ban pretty freely and just say, okay, well, perfect. I just wonder what the support pick is going to be alongside that.
Maybe you ban away the Yuumi here for V5. See what DMO want to opt in for. Of course, with no Rakan available. Okay, Nautilus makes a lot of sense. Marcus paired up quite nicely before, but which way, if we see the Xayah, a lot to talk about.
We saw it this morning in North America.
That's
of course, it was the pick into the Morgana. So, doubt we'll see that as a blind pick. It's not going to be the case whatsoever. We have 8 seconds left. Quit hovering over champions you know is just going to trigger us. Especially this one.
This one, no.
But it's Twila's pick.
Yes, it is.
He is the Lulu player. So he's saying, please, don't touch this champion ever again. It's mine alone, and it's with a pretty damn good composition.
Very different composition. Very different environment here for the Lulu as well.
So. Now you can play comfortably around your AD. It's much separate to the prior comp that had an Ezreal you didn't want to build Ardent Sensor for. Now you have a reason to look for that level of protection.
And for Twila, as you mentioned there before, it has been his pick. He's been the one picking it up consistently in the mid lane. But where do V5 go? That has been the question here. The bottom lane to be decided.
We doing it?
Xayah Morgana.
We're getting pretty close right here to Max. Max, listen up close. I have a mic, but don't worry. Now I sound really loud.
Well, what do you think? This is some good coaching.
There we go.
Yeah, okay.
But now the earlier pick we talked about in the LCS is pretty relevant. I like the Soraka as well, but man, is this composition pretty much relying on the Aatrox to be that frontliner alongside the Olaf. So please pick in the Yuumi. I think Yuumi would work well here. There's not a lot of picks that would do well versus the Morgana. The Soraka matchup is actually a pretty good counter to the Morgana. But having a Soraka Lulu composition actually just makes it so you don't really have much of an engage point whatsoever. At least the Yuumi, we saw what the composition last game was supposed to look like. Yuumi Olaf is wonderful.
Yep.
And if you want to look to protect GALA, who's been your main point of damage and point of focus your team, he's been an all-star right now for Dominus. You have that level of protection now.
And even better when you jump on something like an Aatrox as well. It just looks magnificent. We get that final lock-in. That's going to be the way the cookie crumbles here for DMO. 2 supports across the board, but the damage out of natural, it feels like for both teams we've got a bit of a normal draft.
So let's talk about the effectiveness of Lulu this game.
Please.
Because not only do you have an AD carry in which you can A, protect, B, amplify with the damage on an Ardent Sensor and all that nonsense, but also you're going up against a pretty obsessive bruiser that wants to be on top of your enemy AD carry. And so whimsying that champion, being able to polymorph her, works wonderful. The Irelia will have a really tough time being able to get right onto the back line this time.
Mid-blade surge, you can actually use the wild growth to stop the channel from coming in if you do it perfectly.
That's true.
If you do it perfectly. So there's cool interactions there in the mid lane.
There's a lot going on. I want to also see what the summoners are going to be. There's a possibility of a spellbook. There's a possibility of you being able to now go in towards an exhaust and then make it so that you really can't do too much in team fights whatsoever. So I like this Lulu a lot, and of course it's Twila, our best Lulu player, and I want to say our only real Lulu player. You know, that can rep her.
Oh no, I guess it doesn't count. You're right.
We're not talking about Xayah, who's Lulu.
No, no, no. It's just back to Otto. Don't worry. We're going into game
No!
2, though.
We're not calling him a Lulu player either.
We're going into game 2, but that's his legacy now, Raz.
No, it
because
isn't.
V5 have one chance here. Otherwise, we may never see Otto again. You don't know. We could go to next week, of course, but V5 only have 2 games remaining.
This is the only week.
This is the week that matters. You're right. But they have 2 series remaining. This is the series that matters here for V5. They lose this, and their playoff journey is out. They are kaput. They are dead. For DMO, on the other hand, they win this, and they continue the run that we thought impossible at the start of the summer split. Now, again, shout out to Kevin every time I hear a bit of a TSM.
This is the first time that we saw a split in their fans with the LGD, and you know what the competing chant was?
What?
Otto. That was what it was. I'm telling you.
Oh, no.
So, you know.
May he live on forever.
Yep.
Also, sick project skin. I know that's what we're hovering in on. Oh, that's the Prestige Edition.
Jeez.
Oh, he's paid the good money for that.
That is extra.
Wow. Well, Mole wanted to make a flashy entrance into his first game of this series. And, of course, he's got Press the Attack, so those trades are going to be stellar against Twila, who
What's your
opted in for Airy.
What's your favorite Prestige? I mean,
Prestige.
project skin right now, the new skin.
The Jin one.
The Jin one?
The Jin one.
The new one I just said.
When he, yeah.
The new one?
Yeah, the new one.
The Jin is pretty old project skin.
Is it?
Yes.
What's his new one? He's got the Galaxy, right? That's his new one. I kind of think they feel the same sometimes.
Well, for me, I'm just going to say my answer, which is the Pike. You know,
Oh, okay.
Project Pike is pretty damn lit, and he's a good champion right now. He's pretty busted. He has a lot of gold now.
That's
because,
true.
Your cut, I think, yeah, the cut passive is pretty damn good.
If he uses an ult and it doesn't kill someone, and he gets the assist, he gets 2 of your cut. That's pretty bonkers.
Yeah.
So I completely agree. And there we go. Project onto Twila. Press the attack activated. Twila, good night.
I need to send you back to the base. Well, he still has actually quite a few potions to chug through. The corrupting potion is going to be pretty beneficial here, but that's how bad it can get. Right now, Mole starting to at least question anyone else, even wondering why he got subbed out game 1.
Really good start, you're right, coming back into this second game. So we're going to start this game off, though, Raz, with a Cloud Dragon. And yes, you're looking at the wrong player, I feel like, for this game, if you are down there. But for Xiaopeng, now towards the bottom side himself, as Mole's going to make the roam and find himself an Olaf.
Yep, goodbye.
Okay, that's an easy takeaway there. Both level 3 in the junglers. Stolen by the Gragas. Xiaopeng still looking for action here.
Yeah, Xiaopeng was just trying to cheat that one, knowing that dual lane was being shoved in by the enemy team. Mid lane had pressure there too. It's just a bad angle. And now you are pretty confident if you're Victory 5 that he's going to be on the top side of the map looking for the same scuttle. So those are something that if you can sneak it underneath the enemy jungler, then perfect. You have a pretty good, at least a 1 camp experience advantage. But in this case, now your jungle pathing should be pretty apparent.
On opposite sides right now, as Max actually might be in a bit of trouble here. The Blade Caller brings back in, and Max very low at the start of this, but we're going to see a gank in the mid lane. Ignite goes down onto Twila. Mole jumps on in, making himself known once again. Needs another auto attack. Can't find the Blade Surge once more. Xiaopeng comes on in, body pops. The Gragas goes down, but a great undertow. Xiaopeng will heal back up, but Ben4 says no. You shouldn't have come back in, Twila. Back to base with you. While the junglers fight it out once again. Body pop him backwards. Xiaopeng says it's enough. Let's be friends. It's a 1-for-1.
Yeah, Ben4 waiting a little bit longer for cooldown on Q. it was smart from Xiaopeng to just peace out with the advantage that he got in there. So that was pretty crazy. I mean, that was so close that Lulu was about to die. But speaking about that here, Natural taking this one.
For Windy to show his stuff. Conqueror's going to get procced here by the Aatrox, but Windy
no.
finds himself a quick W and waiting for the pop here as Ben4 gets up, gets the slow, the shock blast not accelerated. Neither will Natural's death.
There we go. It was really close. Natural far too extended, but at least he can hold on to his flash. Take a look at the minion wave here. It's going to be pretty awful here for the Aatrox. Smart for him to TP here immediately.
Perfect timing. Windy actually sticking around.
Actually, yeah.
Still could have made it back.
It was smart for him to do so. But take a look at this because Twila was just one auto attack away from death here. Yeah. Perfect shield. Keep himself just alive. Of course, that puts the Irelia in a really impossible situation. But Ben4 has his eyes on the prize.
Instant flash to get the kill. So at least they got something out of the play. But for Mole, you know, I look at those scenarios and I know we're seeing a lot more press the attack now on the Irelia. And I think, okay, what if it was Conqueror? Well, still probably dead. So Mole dropping down there as his first death coming so close. And the mid lane, they're both 0 and 1. What a great way to start here. I know a lot of fans out there will be saying, you know, what if it was Otto? What would have happened? And I promise I'll stop right after this. So even CS in the mid lane, but Gragas nearby, hovering around. So is the Olaf to maybe make a second visit.
Got you.
Where are you? So deep in the enemy jungle, but let's go again. Are you ready? Vanguard's Edge is available.
Oh.
Missed it first. Wild Growth hits him, but that didn't sway the ultimate.
It was actually very close to being able to hit. Now, I don't think the ultimate from Lulu changed the trajectory by any means, but certainly, like, I think well done from Twila to keep himself well protected here.
We're going to see junglers meeting a second good body bop here on the Xiaopeng, who doesn't have Ragnarok. The burst damage is down, but Mole's coming in as well. The Flawless Duet locks him down, still looking for that level, but he's not going to find it here in the river as Mark's coming up. The Yuumi attaches herself, gives the heal. They turn around, even in the 3v3. Not good for V5. DMO just quick to the re-engage. Max has the flash, lands the binding, but Twila still hungry with Mark as a prowling projectile will land, and Max, his fate is sealed.
That's the second time in a row that the Irelia went far for that kill. Really confident that they can nail that down. Wasn't the case. Pretty slick collapse coming in from Dominus's bottom lane to at least give that added level of protection. Now he's coming into this game 0 and 2. I mean, really early on, Mo was trading well versus Twila. That was unavoidable, but has not been able to nail it down with quick kills, mostly because Twila's been playing out the larger fights really well. He's been executing.
True. And he's given the resource over to Xiaopeng, who just picked up the Cloud Dragon, who is now accelerated in this game. And unlike Ben4 in game 1, who decided to go for the Cinderhulk, Xiaopeng decides it's Warriors this game. It's the carry Olaf off the back of this play.
So take a look at it. It starts with Ben4. The idea is to be able to continue on to take down Xiaopeng because of the stun landing. The only question is, you know, Yuumi, while incredibly slow, was making that movement over. Was able to get the speed up, the healing, the shielding, literally anything that made it harder for the Irelia being able to nail down that pick. So it's tough in that situation. You have to be cognizant of the bottom lane, and if they are in position to collapse, once again, they disrespect and they lose their life for it.
Beautiful roam there from Mark as well. Really made the play, but I want to point out as well, the polymorph from the Lulu set up the timing window. So this early game, once again, DMO have been set up themselves. 1,500 gold lead, and a great game to kick off game 2.
It only gets worse from here because we talked about how the team fights will be very difficult for the Irelia to kind of move around in. The fact that you can just get polymorphed right at the beginning, that GALA will be able to send out a lot of feathers and nail you down. We're going all in on
we're doing a 2v2 once again. This time the Wild Growth onto the Lulu. Mole jumps in once more. The Explosive Cast gets the kill, but remember, this Olaf is angry. Mole is going to get jumped on. The Conqueror's procced and ready, but he needs to hit him fast. Mole survives only. Just comes down to a tense situation.
Nice. Perfectly nailing down Twila. Didn't have much of an opportunity.
The Monk S doesn't stop there. GALA sent out the ultimate, ready to reel back in. He doesn't need to. The auto attacks. GALA is ready.
This game is fiery. Just like that, you thought the advantage was starting to open up there with Mole picking up the kill.
Of course we fight in another lane. It's the LPL. Natural wants to dunk for dunk, but it's flash for flash. That ends the tray.
Mole picks up one thing, and then his side lanes just drop as soon as possible. That hurts. That hurts a lot. No flash on Windy when he's the one really getting pummeled here by the Aatrox. And take a look at this. I mean, immediately, just the fact that they were able to take down Twila as soon as possible before the next rotation on shield comes up was perfect, because this is how close it was. If that axe lands, assuredly that's the kill onto
100%.
Mole. If Lulu lasts a little bit longer, it's the same situation. So they execute well, and then you look towards the bot side fight. Yeah, I mean, nice exhaust, was able to nail down the AD carry. Much easier to take down the Morgana as a result. So what advantage was opened up by Mole immediately shut down on the rest of the map.
Mark's had a really good early game here as well. So the Yuumi now 1-0-3 in the bottom lane, has himself the items to help GALA succeed. As we're talking about those side lanes, but V5 want to go mid again.
We're back.
Morgana's there, a binding connects, and Twila's dead.
This is the, I mean, I love this Lulu skin. It just makes this a little harder to take.
Ooh. There's a binding. Yeah, what? Because it's so for fun?
No, I'm just saying that it's hard to take because, you know, you don't want to see her die as much.
Oh, okay. You know, I don't care about that. She's not real.
No!
Raz. Okay. Well, explosive cast. Great flash. Wow.
This Lulu must survive at all times.
Well, she does for now.
I am standing the hell out of this Lulu.
Mole still has flash and ulti available, though, so when the dive comes through, we'll never know. Wild growth available for Lulu, too. As Xiaopeng's nearby, he's shown himself with the Yuumi at the heel, and Mark has started to roam.
Look, my opinions on champions change based off of just this skin quality.
Yeah.
And Lulu has some high quality skins.
True.
Best skin quality definitely goes to Akali.
Ooh.
And the range of skin she has.
I'd say Udyr. But
why Udyr?
Probably not quantity, but the new skin that's coming out and the ultimate skin, the Spirit Guard Udyr, are the best skins in the game.
Look.
By far. Don't even
that
challenge
should just be his OG.
Yes, I agree, but the point is they're skins, right? So.
He also has the ugliest skins in the game.
Definitely not Udyr, yeah. And
no,
I've
you
got
mean Black Belt
Black
Udyr?
Belt Udyr should not be a skin. I mean, that's just absurd.
Black Belt Udyr and the other one that's just like...
I've got that other one. Primal Udyr.
It's disgusting.
And his turtle stance is like, I don't know what it is.
It's almost as bad as the yellow card Twisted Fate.
Or Shamrock Malphite as well. Although I do like it than other skins, but...
Yeah, now you're making fun of skins, but somehow you like the Udyr skins. What kind of standards are you set?
Not all of them.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I just like Udyr. Udyr's a different champion. Actually, viable.
Your bias is starting to show.
Yeah, okay. Well, shout out to all the Udyr babes.
All two of you.
Oh, V5 trying to bring this game back in. And I'm not sure what to make of it right now. 2K gold lead still over to DMO while they pick up Infernal Dragon. And
is it another one? Yeah!
Yes, it is. You know it is, Raz.
Double Infernal.
Oh no, this turret's going down. Let's go. We're racing. Riptail on the top side while DMO have already worn down this turret.
Are we really?
Yeah, we're going to fight again. Natural's here. He's popped into the world out. He dunks Windy. Ball straight is locked on down with a 2v2. Who finds it first? Ball gets reset. Jumps like there's no tomorrow. V5 on a re-engage. Teleport's coming in the mid lane.
Mole is a nutty player on that one. How do you run into that situation and come out alive? Really well done from Mole, because I was really calling you out, but he was able to nail down Aatrox before the sustain was even able to come right back. Remember, he has a lot of CDR for a reason. Oh, he's not
he lands
stopping
it
here.
again. The Vanguard Dead's not available. Ben 4 knows he's ready.
Mole is crazy.
He's crazy.
He's a madman.
He's reset himself off the earlier woes.
I think he's just pissed off.
Yeah.
He's mad because he didn't get game one.
He's taken two people's... Oh, no, I was going to say he's taken 2 bits of rage. 2 players worth of rage. His own... And now game 1 mid laner.
Don't even say it.
I won't. I didn't say his name just for you that time.
Thank you.
You know, I have your feelings at heart. The feelings of an Irelia who's 2-2-2 now. We're going to have a quick check-in here because I don't have all the cool graphics for you, but I can tell you Trinity Force is going to be coming for this Irelia here
cool
at 14 minutes.
Here's your cool one. Oh! Oh!
That is a cool skin.
And it's prestige too!
On the note of what we're talking about before, Dunkmaster Ivan. A great skin. If you don't think that's a good skin, I don't know what's wrong with you.
It's all right.
All right.
It's pretty good for comedic value.
How good was the trailer
Not only
for
is
it,
it a really... You know what? Look, It's not even the best skin for the champion.
What do you mean?
The candy cane thing is literally the most hilarious skin of all time.
Is that the one where he eats the little candies at the end?
The gingerbread man? Yes. Yeah. They have names. You can call them by
gingerbread man. Oh, I don't know what they are. Sort of just little things out of Candy Crushers. Let's go for a 1v1 again. GALA actually in a lot of trouble here. Press the attack, going to get the reset here with the Blade Surge. But GALA will survive with DMO walking up river. Okay. Gold values here, DMO. Actually, GALA got quite a lot, but Y4 picked up 640 gold. That was him towards the top side, breaking down the turret that still stands, but getting the turret plating there means 80 carries are set up here for the mid game.
You need to back away from this turret. There's literally no way for you to defend it here. I like the fact that, you know, Morgana is in the area just in case, but I don't think it's nearly enough.
Rest of DMO moving towards the area. V5 respond appropriately, and these outer turrets still standing up, but what's going to happen?
Oh, how you doing?
Yeah, looking for Windy once again. Good dodge away. Natural actually in a lot of trouble. Windy has juggled this nicely.
Oh, but we're not done here.
Ooh, big explosive cast. Minion wave cleared. We're fighting once again, and this stop.
I like the extra bit of wave clear trying to be able to protect that top side that was focused so heavily by Dominus.
Yep.
This might just be another focus towards the Dragon. It's a lot easier for Dominus to just say, okay, if we're not getting anything on the top side of the map, they're expending that many resources to be able to stop us, then we can repurpose our vision control towards bot side once again. We're a minute 40 off, so, you know, right now they don't have too many control wards underneath them, so as long as they can get proper shove in the mid and bot lane. Oh, wow.
Setting up for the pick. Yeah, Mole's going to have to flash here. The final chapter doesn't have enough length to catch him out.
That's perfect, though. Now they got flash off the Irelia. What is she going to be doing in the preceding fight? So, you know, they found that opportunity, and it's going to make life a lot easier for them in the future.
And look, no one's nearby. If the push comes through, the Olaf's nearby. It's 3 versus 1, and Mole is going to need something special, but he's going to opt out. He's going to let the turret go. Yeah, pings are going down. They realize, well, hang on. He's backed away. We need to get this turret.
A lot of effort being put in towards this top lane tower finally pays off. I mean, also thought that the last time round they could have been able to pick it up, but of course there's always that added question mark of if Y4 and Max will be able to get there on time, and they didn't want to take that risk with how large of a gold lead they were able to accrue 16 minutes into the game.
Still about 3,000 gold. Caught up a little bit here by V5. I want to check in with those items once again, because the fact that we have a Stormrazor's Kai'Sa with a bit of an early spike means that Guinsoo's is going to be very large here for Y4, as he's almost got it. But he's been tailgating GALA a little bit this game.
Don't think he's going to have it in time. My fear, the fact that, sure, I know Infinity Edge is not picked up by GALA just yet, but the fact that Y4 needs to stay on the map from this point forward. If they're trying to concede, or at least compete for this Infernal Dragon, then this won't be able to have enough in time. So the combat effectiveness right now of Victory 5 isn't there. I know that the Gragas cast is back up and available, but the flash from Mole is not there. So it's going to be difficult for them unless if they get a really good pick on somebody.
Well, they're going to have to rely on getting someone like Twila, because Ragnarok is available here for Xiaopeng. V5 do move into the river, though, so bit of priority here with Dragon now live.
Yeah, Dominus should be able to get mid lane shove. They also have Natural nearby, so don't think it's going to be too good for Victory 5. Let's just see.
Let's watch Mole, though, because the Trinity Force, and he's on the Dragon. His ability to get in and launch press the attack. Great explosive gun. That's the pick before Ragnarok as Windy jumps in. Y4 though gets low, gets taken out. The Kai'Sa is dead, Raz, as Natural jumps on in. DMO may be low, but there's no damage left to go. V5 are sent outward, and DMO take it by force.
That was a really nice pick. Good eyes from Ben4 to just send the Olaf your way. Only problem was they weren't able to burst them instantly. Was able to flash right out. Natural find that opportunity to go straight towards the back line. So even though that was a nice engage, they're just way too far behind.
Now going to lose the mid lane turret, it looks like it, with the next wave coming in slowly, but DMO get the Dragon. They've got double Infernal, and you're right, it was a great cast to start it off.
A lot of sums were burned in this fight, but at the end of the day, it was well worth it. The fact that they were able to find their way on towards Ben 4 instantly guts out of there, and also the heal coming in from Yuumi. So Yuumi acted quickly, and Natural is able to just get straight into the back line. I mean, who is really going to be protecting his carries from that entire ordeal? Gragas can't. He's incredibly squishy at this stage, and if you look towards the Jaycce items as well, it's not as if he has like Black Cleaver, that extra bit of HP that can protect him. He needs to be protected by somebody.
That's right.
And that's not what we're doing right now.
It is not. Losing that dragon, big consequence here. DMO, double Infernal. They still have the gold lead, and we're at a point where, okay, now it's GALA with that Infinity Edge we've been waiting for. It's the double Black Cleaver along the top side of the map. DMO have hit their 2 items. They've hit it comfortably.
I love the fact that even the Lulu, tanky enough right now with Catalyst built into the Rod of Ages.
Yep.
Not rushing the, going into Ardent Sensor. In fact, I think that's just going to be picked up by Mark. So you don't even want to double dip on it. So he's going to be a little bit stronger as a champion.
Oh, here we go.
Going straight for it now.
Vanguard's Edge, natural into the World Ender. Where's the life steal? Doesn't come through. That was nicely executed by V5. As DMO say, hey, who cares? Let's go Baron.
They should be able to defend this. So great from Victory 5, holding them back with their poke while being able to take that bot side. Good adaptation coming through from Ben 4. Fully picks up Morella Namicon, knowing that if he is going to be dealing with natural on side lane in a 2v1 situation, cut down that healing is going to be really important. There's a lot of... Ooh, that was close.
Yep.
But yeah, there's a lot of, grievous wounds coming on the side of Victory 5 here, all necessary.
With priority on that. Remember that, I think it was the last series I casted. It's like, where's the grievous wounds? Where's the priority towards someone like the Aatrox who can get away with the free healing?
Especially in this composition where, like, Aatrox isn't even the greatest of warriors if we're just talking about sustain with Yuumi rolling around.
That's very true.
There's a lot of sustain coming through, and this team is definitely stacking up them grievous wounds. That GW.
DMO is stacking up the gold, continuously picking off these turrets. It's now still growing in gold, almost back to that 5K as 21 minutes in the game, and with Baron sitting up with the gold lead so far in DMO's favor. We get into a mid game where, okay, V5, how does this fight work? How do they find that miracle play?
I mean, it is just Gragas. We already saw how he was able to pick up a Aatrox in the bot side of the map, and how he was able to get sums off Xiaopeng in the last one. I think in the early game, it made a lot of sense to be going for successive plays, burning flash in the first one, and then being able to go back to the same play and, being able to pick up a kill. It's a little harder now. I think he just needs to find a cask while not committing the body slam for it, so he keeps alive, and then can roll that again with a fairly low CDR that cooldown that it has. So that's what I would say for Victory 5. Try and bait for flashes. Look for picks on top of Lulu would really be a great option. I think it's really tough to nail down a Yuumi attached champion, and Lulu would be a nice way to start the fight. You can CC lock her, chain her down. Before she's able to use her ultimate, you have a great composition of being able to burst people 100 to 0.
Only 2 items there as well, so should go down quick without the wild growth. That does also rely on vision here from V5. Vision that they're really struggling to get at this point. The one control ward near the blue buff in front of Baron is all they hold right now, and that's not enough to show them that Baron is not under control, not being done by DMO.
That's why they're sticking so closely to the mid lane wave. If you don't really know where the enemy team is, you need to always be shoving out waves just so you can get people outside of Fog of War picking up the mid lane waves. If you hold them a little bit too long on side lanes, if you're not active, if you're actually having really bad back timings or uncoordinated ones, then that's the opportunity for the enemy team to just start rushing towards Baron or picking up another dragon. You just need to be able to answer to something. So, hey, once again, Ben 4 in side lane trying to be a thorn to natural side.
We know he's here, he's sticking around, was able to steal Krugs, but wants something more here in the form of natural. But this also gives the ghost line here for DMO to reset the dragon once again, get their 4th elemental while natural stays safe.
Yeah, if we're just talking about who succeeds from this one, it's just a large risk from Victory 5 because they don't want to pick up another fight down bot side. So hoping that Aatrox goes for a little skirmish and maybe you can pick him off, and just trying to keep him honest, maybe take Krugs at the same time. So ultimately it was a nice look from V5, but they're certainly starting to bleed out once again.
Comes and talks about the cleanliness that we mentioned before when we were coming out of game 1, when we talked about the mid game for DMO. And of course this is a very different situation, but it's also like, well, you're playing this out as slowly as you need to play. There is no rush here, and Colonel, that is a nice heal. It's actually perfect. That's how this game's going.
Yeah, you're definitely happy rolling down this one. You can send this one to an amusement park. Maybe it would be a kiddie one, a kiddie ride.
Yep.
People definitely want more thrill in their life just to be rolling down that one. I don't know about you, though.
Oh, well, I've been to the Disneyland here.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm really bad with heights.
Oh, are you?
I went to Six Flags and absolutely died. I was lied to. I'm going to throw a Kiwi kid definitely told me that the first ride was the easiest one, and I was sent flipping around the entire damn park.
We should go sometime. I'll take you to Shanghai.
That's a no.
It's great.
I already went there, and it's a no.
You already went there?
Yes. It's a no.
All right, well, that's a shame. It's all right, I'll take someone. I'll take Clement.
That's not his type of style.
Well, you don't speak for Clement. I'll go and ask him afterwards, all right?
All right.
We'll see what he says.
Maybe he's listening in.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe he has already said no before you even asked him.
I feel like he'd be excited.
He would be excited to go to you and say no.
We'll wait and see, much like this Baron. It's a 4K gold lead that I've mentioned so many times before because it's just stayed even. But let's look at those items once again. It's Ardent Sensor, Rapid Fire Cannon here picked up. Death Dance down the back pocket here of Natural as well. As we're positioning around that Baron. It's 25 minutes. It's time. Let's walk towards it. As for DMO, if they get caught out here, V5 will have a way to bring the game back.
There are quite a few members from Victory 5 on the bot side of the map. Clearing out red side jungle. Yeah. That's a lot of members down bot side.
You need to TP now, but where are you going to teleport to? V5 are moving in. 3K, it's too late. Ben Paul's like, no, we're out. Let's just let it go. But that was so easy.
That's why when we talk about playing out the mapping like smart, if you're going towards red buff, okay, then Jaycce needs to be leaning towards the top side.
Yeah.
Or you need to be fully committed to using teleports. But they literally got caught out because Y4 went to red, and Jaycce went down to pick up the bot lane wave at the same time. So, yeah, it happened.
Okay, easy Baron here for DMO.
That definitely happened.
Yes. It's just looking like, you know, the potential for a 2-0 here from DMO. Now with Baron, look at how they can set this up. The Aatrox in one lane and the rest of them in another. And they can just join a fight so quickly. Go through mid. There you go. That's beautiful. Hello, GALA. It begins. Look how many turrets there are to take. A couple of itters. Then you join the party, the inhibitor turrets. DMO make their trek down, and V5
That's
trying to play
not the right
vision.
side of the map to be leaning to if you're Victory 5. Just because of this. They had the Aatrox on the bot side of the map, so they're actually going to be setting up to the red side jungle. So the fact that Ben 4 was on the leaning to the left side, thinking he get picked with the control word he had there, he definitely recognized that he needed to swap locations. He's actually getting opened up on a little bit.
Natural just hit level 16, by the way, so that World Ender is tough, but he hasn't used his jet explosive card. Doesn't find him and knocks him out of the flawless duet. That's rough. Binding's going to connect, but what's it worth? V5 are going to have to back away from this turret.
To be fair, if that flawless duet hit, he's not walking in. That cast just needed to be able to nail him into the tower range for them to want to take that fight.
It continues on. DMO taking the maximum. Already at 8,000 gold. Here we go. It's the inhibitor turret next.
Draw the line here. Let's fight. Oh, please.
Explosive cast has already been used. Ben 4 does not want a body slam. GALA has 3 items.
Look, the most explosive thing on the map right now is Natural and GALA.
Yep.
Just walking straight up to you.
It's just so easily taken. DMO get the inhibitor turret. V5 are only lucky to defend here against the inhibitor.
We not basing. Take as much as you can.
They got an Ocean and double Infernal. This game's going to end with a fight, and DMO are going to take it through poke. That's half health out of 3 of your members. Leave the turret now.
Yeah.
Natural's coming.
Drop your wallet too.
Windy. Ultimate burns here. Flying Aatrox. Natural's like, okay, it doesn't matter. It's 1-0.
This is the easiest break and entering I've ever seen. Wait a second.
Hang on. Intruder alert here from the mid lane, but that's an ult that's not capitalized on. Explosive cast, what? Why?
All right, they shut off the alarm system. Clean getaway.
Well, into the quiet night, V5 feel like they're going in this game. Feels like they're lying down and accepting their fate, while DMO, I mean, if they want the dream run, this series was so important to them, and the game difference as well. A 2-0 is so much better.
Here's where I would disagree with them accepting their fate. Look at where they're going. You think they're accepting this?
No, but Natural spots him. He's like, hello.
We going in deep.
GALA, no.
Get him.
Do you think he can 1v2? I think he can. Can he 2v4? I think he can as well, but DMO come in. Wow. Easily done. V5 are not accepting their fate. They're running towards it, Raz. As Natural goes in the World Ender again. Flushes on top. They have their summoners because V5 can't force it out of them. GALA even flashes forward. Max misses the binding. A triple kill for DMO's AD carry. And Natural wants to put the finishing touches into this big oaf. Circle round. Dunk him down. And that's safe and sound here for DMO's ace.
Yeah, there's a difference between accepting it and then just not being able to nail the engages when they come through. But that was the funniest fight. They knew where they wanted to go. That red buff was available. They saw it happening, and they wanted to find that pick on towards the enemy AD carry. Problem was there's too many people. You lost out. Tough
And you're
one.
out. Yep, that's it for V5. Out of the LPL summer. And it wasn't a graceful fall. But for DMO, their road continues on. One more series left.
Yeah, I like this that Dominus is making that trek a reality. You know, they're still fighting, they're still moving. The fact that the strength of schedule, and they had that blip on the radar. We all knew that. I think it was RNG. That was going to be a tough one. They were close to being able to nail that win. Has to be a little harder now. Now, the next set they have is up against FBX.
Number one.
That's a tough one.
That is the tough one.
But if you're going to talk about that Cinderella run, you know, not only expecting Invictus Gaming to lose to LGD and Rogue Warriors, but you're also just expecting that you take down FBX in that final week. I'm saying this is going to be a tough road, but you got to keep optimistic.
Yep, keep the spirits high. DMO looked pretty happy about that one, and I would too. At the very least, finish strong no matter the case. So, good to see, especially Natural in this series, just continuously playing well. I mean, has been the greatest addition for this top lane, and at the very least, get you excited for the future.
Yeah, I mean, Natural, as per usual, has been an exciting part about this team. And I think the least exciting, simply when I'm talking about another member, I was kind of describing them to be the least exciting, only because that's their champion pool is Twila.
Yep.
Twila has been performing really well.
True.
The only reason why now people out there ain't giving this praises is because he's the Lulu type.
That's right.
He's the Lulu aficionado. He'll play that Aurelion Soul. I think people are hyped about Aurelion Soul, actually. He'll play the Zillions. You may not like his playstyle, but he plays it well, and I think that Twila's this game was able to nail down Mole incredibly well. If there's going to be an MVP for this one, I think it's going to be either Xiaopeng or Twila. I would lean towards Twila.
Yeah, I agree. Especially in the early game when Mole and Ben4 really stuck to Twila like glue. That was a rough early game that he thought V5 were going to take over, really extend out. But props to Xiaopeng as well for keeping close to the mid lane. Because his Olaf looked great as always.
Yeah, 2v2 galore. They just head straight back mid, made it so the Gragas wasn't able to get a free gank. I mean, there was one time where he was able to get a successful gank across, not a response coming through. But for the majority of it, Lulu was able to nail down the Irelia, jumping straight towards his head. Polymorphs were on point. There were so many moments where the Irelia could have snowballed. Had a great early laning phase. The trades were working out well as per expectation. But then you can see the tilt starting to rise because those two successful all-ins, that was the beginning of those all-ins were successful. It was just more so the ending point where you're not able to get the kill on towards the Lulu. You're not able to get the triumph as a result, and so you just get slammed down by, Big Daddy Olaf.
Yeah, that's it. Remember, Warrior Olaf wasn't seen in game 1 by Ben4, so it's like, oh, okay, that's what that feels like, right?
Yeah, I mean, he had to tank.
Yes.
In that last game, Olaf had to tank. That's why he went towards.
I guess we erased that one. Anyway.
More often than not, you're going to be seeing the Warriors. It is far more gold efficient, and it's just like peak Olaf power in the mid game, and so you like to see it when it works.
Well, for V5, their road doesn't really end there. I mean, they've still got one match in WE, but that's just going to be to facilitate whether WE can make playoffs.
That's true.
They can still hold down another team, although their playoff run is out.
The power of Otto will come back. He will come back. He will definitely have his words with Coach Bai. Not Coach Bai, actually. I want to be able to see what he can do. I know that he had to go up against some pretty tough compositions, but it was more so his coach giving him the Lulu in that composition in game 1.
So unfair.
It was unfortunate. And then they took him out. I was like, you're the problem. I know that wasn't the reason why, but it really does feel like that. But I want to see what they can do going up against Team WE. Once again, Team WE, they just take that one-set win. they're really close to being able to nail that position in playoffs.
Yep.
I'm expecting that for certain, because I think that right now showing that strength primarily around CA.
Let's quickly come back to DMO though, because I want to harp on, I love speculation and excitement, right? Building up to excitement that may not happen. And that's DMO's run into playoffs.
You like that?
Now, yeah.
Okay. Right.
You know I like that.
Okay.
6-8 at the moment. Beating FPX, that seems hard. IG losing to Rogue Warriors and LGD. I feel like it is more unexpected for DMO to beat FPX than it is for IG to lose against LGD and Rogue Warriors.
So just for people out there that don't know, last year, LGD beat IG. LGD also, and when they were in the conference system, beat literally nearly every team. Actually, they beat Suning, they beat JD, they beat RNG on the back half of the split. LGD at the back half of the split when they're already out of playoffs, just go wild.
They're a playoff team when they're out of playoffs.
But like, they're like that boss in any MMO game when they're at 30% HP and they just start flinging axes. Like, what the hell did you guys start doing this?
Yeah.
Why didn't you do that at the beginning of the boss fight? Why'd you have to do that when you're bleeding? That's LGD. You expect them to finally come into the beginning of the split with those expectations, but it's when they're down and out that they start throwing punches.
I mean, hey, Rogue Warriors beating IG is not so far out. I mean, it's Invictus Gaming at the moment. That's the point. That it seems like a possibility for DMO to still make the run and secure that final
I agree.
spot.
Look, anything is possible.
Anything.
If we're talking possibilities, every mathematician or anyone that wants to be, acting like a cosplaying as a mathematician is going, of course, I agree. Yes, this is possible. Anything is possible, my friend.
Great.
Something can happen, like
Fantastic.
a meteor can strike one team's team house and they're just suddenly in playoffs. But it's about what's probable. It's not probable.
Okay.
Team WE going in, though. That's
fair.
looking likely.
That's fair.
That's
well,
looking likely.
I mean, for DMO, I'm still excited for 2020 because they have a team dog as well, and that's exciting.
Okay, on the serious point, I'm excited for 2020 simply because, what we saw from Spring Split for Dominus was that, they looked incredibly strong as a team in that team fight identity. It's the main reason. I thought they were actually really smart, too, about their first 5 minutes. That's why they nailed down EDG in the first round and why they kept moving on. Now they're still in it here, and, we'll see what ends up happening. But I love the fact that the new breath of fresh air, we keep talking about the new lineup that they have. And they also have a good challenge in the back. Itong coming in whenever you see issues in the jungle has been real strong. So this team definitely has eyes, and the only issue they've ever had is lacking experience on the stage. So the fact they're able to come out so strong this year with so little experience is pretty damn exciting.
And also GALA and Mark becoming a very strong duo in the bottom lane as well. A duo that I didn't really look to until towards the end of spring and thought, well, GALA and Mark, like, their rapport seems very good.
I mean, it's definitely been good since the beginning of the year. Just in general when they were paired together. GALA and Mark have been strong. And GALA, Mark has been a player that will get that respect.
Yep.
It took a long time for Chris to get that respect as a support. It took a long time. But I think that we're going to have conversations with like Mako, Ming, Crisp. Mark was already a discussion when we were having, player, early support player in the all support team or something. He's definitely in the midst.
Got our MVP of game 2,
Who is
by the
it?
way. Mark was our MVP. I know you're talking about
How does that
Xiaopeng.
happen?
I know you're talking about Xiaopeng and Twila, but Mark did have some great ult, and that earlier in the first 10 minutes, the roaming, that was up to him.
Yeah, he played well. I think you're right about the roaming part. The fact that he was able to just hard deny the kill onto Olaf was nice. Now, this one was just a nice GALA kill. It is a 2v2, so we give him that respect. This one was mostly natural going into the thick of things. This is why it's so tough to have replays coming through. Now, technically, what he did in this fight was to heal the Olaf right back to half HP. But he wouldn't have died anyways. He flashed out of the fight. Are we showing? This was hilarious.
This was great.
This had nothing to do with the Yuumi. But this had everything to do with that high octane, high risk. We're about to lose anyways, guys. Let's just go for the unpredictable.
Yeah. Well, still, you take what you can get, right? And a support getting MVP is always acceptable.
Yeah, I'm a fan of it. I just think that the replays they weren't really what was indicative of his play. I think one thing that they didn't show that was really solid was that roam you're talking about.
Yep.
When Olaf is getting chased through mid, from mid that is, to the bot side. And, the problem with Yuumi roaming is the fact that she has no boots. so that she was able to find time moving towards it as soon as the play started, was able to help out the Olaf, and then turn the play was exceptionally well done. And good, congratulations.
I feel like it should have been, you know, game 1 as well, maybe there from the Volibear support.
No.
Who, by the way, got the second win of Volibear in the LPL. So that's great. I'm pretty sure Mako has the first one.
Yep.
Out of anyone.
Almost lost it because
Almost lost.
you should have won that game anyways, but we're not going to go too deep into that one.
Because Volibear support's a great pick, by the way. But before we do go to a break, before we do go to the next series, one last question for you, Raz. Are you ready to rumble? Great. We're going to go to JDG and OMG. Next series coming up. We're going to have a short break and then go to that right after this.
Hello everyone, this is Niberia here with another episode of LPL Insight. In the game between FPX and Vici Gaming, FPX's jungler Tien predicted all of the opponent's moves and secured the win for his team. Let's take a look at his site. At a minute 50 into the game, Vici's jungler Ike's initiates a gank towards the bottom lane, forcing Tom's flash. From this gank, Tien knows exactly what's going to happen. He stops farming and recalls immediately, even though there are still 3 camps on his blue side. After the recall, Tien rushes straight towards bot lane while keeping an eye on the minimap. When he sees Taliyah vanish into the shadow, everything is in his control. He sends out a ping to remind his teammates of what's happening and plans his next move. Just a few moments later, Taliyah and Xin Zhao show up in the bottom lane, but don't catch FPX by surprise. He dashes into the battlefield with a teleport from Nautilus, using Unburrow to knock up both Taliyah and Xin Zhao, and picking up the kill. Vici starts to pull out, but it's too late. Tien gets another 2-man knockup with his Flash Unburrow combo and secures himself another kill. He hunts down Caitlyn while carefully avoiding the trap and finishes the fight with a triple. With a perfect prediction and teamfight execution, Tien turns Vici's gank attempt into a huge advantage for his own team. However, Vici doesn't give up their bot lane plans. When the game reaches 9 minutes and 15 seconds, Taliyah and Xin Zhao attempt the gank once again. Varus is melted, and Nautilus tries to get something back, but Tom is cut down by Caitlyn's Peacemaker. In this 4 versus 2 situation, Tien and Doinby have to fall back to the turret, and it seems like there's no hope. But then a hero's entrance comes from above. Tien hits the Xin Zhao with a beautifully timed Prey Seeker, letting him cast Void Rush for the kill. He's then rooted by Lux, and Caitlyn flashes in, trying to capitalize with a Root Trap combo. In the face of imminent danger, Tien keeps calm and makes his play. He flashes over the wall before the trap arms and takes down Lux, scanning with his red trinket to keep himself away from vision. Then he pulls out safely under the protection of his teammates, making this battle a 2-for-2 trade. In the final fight of the game, Tien is here to stall out, goes for a solo kill on the Taliyah, and even more impressively, he finds it with a Void Rush and an auto to finish it off. But now it's just him and Crisp alone versus 4. But here comes Gimgoon to save the day. Tien needs to get another kill here, gets the knockup, finds the kill, and Gimgoon finds the triple kill of his own, knocking down the nexus of Vici Gaming. Tien's perfect prediction and amazing outplays help his teammates to survive from the early gank and finally lead them to win. That's all for today's LPL Insight. See you next time.